Hey you guys, it's Sarah Grace. Sorry I've been gone for like a really long time. Auditions are crazy and it takes me like a week to like actually recuperate. Ooh. And then I do it all again. And I'm learning and it's fun, but it puts me behind on The Bachelor like a lot, which is really sad to me because it's how I relax. But I am here to do just a quick recap review on episodes 4 and 5 or 5 and 6. I don't remember, but the last 2 episodes. Here we go. Alright, not last week, 2 weeks ago, the girls go to Vegas. JoJo gets the first one-on-one that week, and like a helicopter comes and like that's all they really show, and then they cut straight to their date. They're at like dinner. They hit it off. There's definitely something. She's one of the front runners. I've called this from the beginning. JoJo is a front runner. Y'all mark my words. She's like, she doesn't really say that she's been cheated on, but she kind of implies it. But he asks like, have you been cheated on? And she's like, no, he just wasn't like giving me all of his attention and love or something. I don't know. But so that was that. She gets a rose, of course. Then they're still in Vegas and they do this talent show. They end up being an opening act for some ventriloquist, not ventriloquist. Ventriloquism like really scares me. Did y'all ever see that Goosebumps episode with like the ventriloquist puppet boy? Yeah, it still scares me to this day. Oh, side note, sometimes when I go up to Massachusetts to visit some of my parents' friends, I sleep in one of their guest rooms and they collect antiques, and they have one of those like little ventriloquist dolls, and it's like terrifies me. I can't sleep. I have to make her put it in a different room. Same with dolls. I'm really weird with like dolls. Yeah, I just think they're really terrifying. I guess it's kind of like a cool thing to be able to do. Like I can't really do it. I've tried. Like we've all tried. But yeah, the dolls are terrifying. But anyway, they end up opening this show for this famous ventriloquist guy. And you know, some of the girls are talented. Like Jubilee like plays some basic cello. The twins river dance, which was really cool. They were like great at it. My favorite has got to be Lauren H in the chicken outfit. I don't even know what she was doing, but she was in a chicken outfit and I loved it. And then of course Olivia pops out of a cake and tries to do this like showgirl sexy dance, and it's just like, why? Yeah, I was embarrassed for her. I think we all were. So then she like, after that, she's like, I'm having a panic attack. I'm gonna have a panic attack. Ah! I think there was on that group date, of course, they had their like dinner portion, and Olivia's like, I was really embarrassed. And he's like, you don't have to apologize for this, blah, blah, blah. I believe Lauren B, Lauren B gets the group date rose. Yeah. And then the next thing is, sorry, I'm going through this real fast. Becca gets the next one-on-one date. He sends her a wedding dress. And honestly, I think this date is so weird. He sends her a wedding dress. She goes to a chapel in Vegas, and he's like, Becca, he gets on one knee and he's like, Becca, will you marry other people with me? And their date is marrying people in Vegas, which is kind of like clever, I guess, kind of cool. But, you know, with Ben and Becca, probably not the best people to be doing that. I don't know. It was really weird. It was so weird. I love Becca. She's a little, like, vanilla to me, like a little bland. But, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Becca. And then they go to this neon sign thing, and they end up talking. She gets a rose. They end up having a lot of the same values, something or other. And, yeah, they connect. I don't think it's quite as there as Lauren B or JoJo or Kayla. But yeah, they definitely have something, and it's good. I would say it's good. And then while they're still in Vegas, Ben makes like an impromptu like 2-on-1 date for the twins because he's in their like hometown, and he's like, this has got to stop. So he ends up going to their house and meeting their mom and dogs, and he sends one of them home. it's really bad. I don't remember which one he sends home. I think he sends Haley. I honestly don't remember. That's horrible. But honestly, I don't think he would be able to tell them apart if it weren't for one of their broken thumbs. There, I said it. All right? Yeah. And then, back to the rose ceremony. Olivia is not the first one to seal him this time. I think it was Jennifer, like, swoops in and like, gets him first. That lasts about a minute, and then Olivia comes in and she's like, I brought cake because I'm not good at popping out of a cake, but I'm really good at eating cake. All right, I'm good at eating cake too. It's like a really easy thing to be good at, right? Yeah, but so I guess they are fine at the end of it. We end up saying goodbye to Amber and Rachel. She was the unemployed one. Rachel, yeah. I liked Rachel. Wish I could have gotten to know her more. Not a big deal. And Olivia's like, he called me last because he saved the best for last. You know, whatever. She's crazy. So that was kind of that for that episode. It was good. Enjoyed it, as always. Stay tuned for the next one that I'm about to do right now. I'm back and I'm ready to talk about episode 5. I'm actually like really, really cold in my apartment, so I need to what's it called? Make coffee in my favorite mug because it has a Z on it. I love it. Yeah, it's a full break. Oh, and if you noticed, maybe some of you have noticed, I'm wearing one of my pieces from my anthropology haul. You would notice if you watch my video from that. So, okay, let's chat about episode 5. They go to Mexico. I guess that's their like destination. You know, last week was Las Vegas and this week was Mexico. First, one-on-one date goes to Amanda, the super cute little mom, and like Olivia's like, oh, you didn't get a one-on-one date. Like she always is because she's, you know, insane. Amanda gets the one-on-one, and they did that thing like they did last season. I think Britt is the one that was woken up early. So he came into their like suite or whatever and like woke them up at like 5 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. whatever, and everyone's like in retainers and acne medicine, and like somebody's like hair piece is on thing, and he's like, whose weave is this? It was pretty funny. I laughed. But then Amanda's like, ah, and she like wakes up and she's like, seriously, like full makeup, like done up. I'm not talking like, oh, left a little bit of like eye makeup on, it's like smudged a little bit, like, you know when you like go to sleep and like your eye makeup, you don't mean to do it, but you wake up and it still looks kind of cute. No, it wasn't like that. It was like full face makeup, foundation, eyes, like, you know, like hair done, like curled, like what? Who does that? Oh no, not me. But she woke up and she was like to the 9s, to the 10s, whatever you call it. And Ben is like all about airborne dates, like helicopters, like airplanes. He took Amanda on a hot air balloon, which that would be terrifying. It would be fun. I love hot air balloons. I think they're like the cutest things ever. But I don't think I've ever been in one. I think when I was a baby, like my grandma took me up in one, which is a really bad idea. He like loves being in the air. So they go on a hot air balloon, and then like they have this like really cute picnic or whatever. And she talks about how, you know, her last marriage, and they talk about that, and nothing really crazy, you know, bland man. Check out that SNL skit. It's pretty hilarious. SNL bland man. Like, way too accurate. And she ends up getting the rose. No big deal. The group date, they are learning Spanish. It's like Espanol as a second language. And everybody struggles through that, and Jubilee gets real mad that he's saying all the same phrases like te amo and like I love you and will you marry me or whatever into all of the other girls. It's really silly. Like these dates are just not killing it. These dates are not great. Any of them. So they do that, and then they get split up into 2 groups of 2, and then they do this challenge where they cook with each other, and Olivia and Jubilee are fighting over Ben, and Olivia gets to shop for the food and cook with Ben. And it's so funny because Emily, I guess, is like her breath was so bad, and I saw Ben take her over to the mint, so she chewed mint so her breath would be fresher, and that did happen. It was pretty funny. Yeah, apparently Olivia has some like stanky breath, like real bad. Jubilee and Lauren B are working together, and they win the like restaurant challenge. I don't even think anything happened when they won, but like I guess they just made the best food. Whatever. Again, not like a crazy exciting date. Then they go to the cocktail party, and he like sets some time aside for Jubilee. She's like the second to last person he sets time aside for, and he's like, will you come with me? And he like wants to hold her hand in front of everybody. She's like, no, let's not hold hands. And he's like, how do you think that makes me feel when you like won't even hold my hand, or you don't repay me any affection? And she's like, well, like, see you doing it to all the other girls, and it's just really hard, blah blah blah. And she's like, honestly, I need to know, like, right now, is there anything that you can see with us in the future? And he's like, honestly, no. Oh my gosh, ouch. So he just like sends her home right then and there. Yeah, I didn't really see it coming. Not like surprised, really like shocked, but didn't necessarily see it coming. But she left, and he like goes back and he tells all the other girls, and JoJo just like awkwardly interrupts, and she's like, can we have some time? I thought it was really awkward. But so they have some time together, and then he like sneaks off with Lauren B. Like they leave and take a little walk around. They're like making out all over the place. Like she is a front runner. It's gonna be between Lauren B. and JoJo. Like I just feel it. He's really into them, and I think Lauren B. a little more. I really think she's gonna win the whole thing. And he and Olivia have some time together. I didn't think it was like stellar time together. I guess I don't know. They already had like basically a mini one-on-one date on this date anyways. But he gives the group date rose to Olivia, and I'm sorry, the producers must have made him do that, because it really should have gone to Lauren B. or JoJo. That's just, and they are just so shocked. They are just so surprised, and I was too. It was totally weird. Bad decision. And then the next one-on-one date goes to Lauren H. And I really like her. I think she's goofy. They go to like this fashion show, and they end up like walking in Fashion Week, Mexico City's Fashion Week. Totally cool. That was kind of a cool date. Like kind of different, like something you'll never forget for sure. And like she's tall and beautiful and looks like a model, and so does Ben. So obviously they would fit right in. And like as they were walking down the runway, like Ben is like, and like gives her a wink, and it's just like, whoa. And then they have their dinner, which they always kind of go the same way. Like, oh, tell me about yourself. And like, I don't know. She says that she was cheated on, and he like feels for her or whatever. And of course she gets a rose. The standard thing. Tell me your story. Oh, something kind of sad. Here's a rose. Kind of deal. Whatever. And then we cut to the cocktail party before the final rose, like the episode rose ceremony, and Amanda's talking about how her kids are with her mom, and sometimes like their dad gets to see them still. And Olivia's like, it sounds like an episode of Teen Mom. Ha ha ha. What? How rude. Girl, you need to learn some manners. And Amanda wasn't a teenager when she had her daughters anyway, so you just are so ignorant and like stupid. That was so rude. And then she like tries to awkwardly apologize, like, I'm really gonna try and do better. What? She's crazy. And then dun dun dun, Emily is like, I'm gonna tell Ben the way she really is. And she is like, Olivia's not like who you think she is, basically. And then the episode ends with Ben being like, Olivia, can I talk to you? And then it's to be continued. And honestly, I hate episodes that are to be continued. That's just so aggravating. Yeah. But let me know what you guys thought of these two episodes. One of the episodes, either episode, whatever. Do you think he's going to take away her rose that he gave her on the group date? I don't know. That would kind of like ruin all that the Bachelor stands for. The rose is everything, you know? So we shall see. I'll be tuning in Monday night. Let me know your thoughts below. Snapchat and Instagram at Todd and Grace. And until next time, stay graceful. Bye, y'all.